The career of actor Josh Hartnett has been like a Hollywood fairy tale. Most actors go from small roles to leading roles for many years. Josh was the opposite. His first movie was Halloween age 20, in which he had a prominent supporting role. The actor's second project was The Faculty, directed by Robert Rodriguez, in which Hartnett was given the lead role. The actor was only 18 years old, and his portfolio has already had 2 seminal horror films. So Josh has become one of the most popular young actors. He predicted a great future in Hollywood, but it did not happen. Today, we would like to talk about the career of Josh Hartnett and understand why the actor never became a superstar. After the success of Halloween age 20 and The Faculty, the actor failed in 3 films. Although it did not affect his career in any way. Here on Earth and Blow Dry were small independent projects, and Josh was not in the lead roles. And the great success of The Virgin's Suicide helped Hartnett increase his recognition and forget about his failures. More tangible was the failure of Town and Country, which on a $90 million budget managed to gross only $10 million in theaters. The film is considered one of the most glaring failures in the history of cinema and an example of how not to spend the budget. Nearly $50 million went to the cast and work on the script. In Town and Country, Josh played a cameo, and the actor quickly recovered from the debacle by starring in the small thriller O. Josh then had his finest hour with the films Pearl Harbor and Black Hawk Down, and the remarkable fact that the actor did not want to star in these films and refused offers until the last. And in Pearl Harbor his place could take Matt Damon. But Matt decided and went to star in Ocean's 11. After that, Hartnett finally agreed to do the movie. This is where Josh's difficult character came in. Since Michael Bay is known for his authoritarian approach to work, they couldn't make it work with Hartnett. Bay was very unhappy with Josh. He was very annoyed with his serious approach to filming. The director constantly demanded that the actor smile in the frame, which was difficult for Hartnett. Despite the difficulties, Pearl Harbor did well at the box office, and Josh, along with Kate Beckinsale, was nominated for an MTV Movie Award. The audience clearly loved Hartnett, as it was his second nomination in 3 years. As soon as Josh finished his Michael Bay stint, he received another top director, Ridley Scott. He called him for his new action movie Black Hawk Down. But Hartnett turned down the director, citing that he does not want to star in 2 war films in a row. Producer Jerry Bruckheimer was able to change his mind, arguing that shooting Scott had a positive impact on his career. Black Hawk Down had an average performance at the box office, but was highly praised by audiences and film critics. As a result, the film was nominated for 4 Academy Awards nominations. Josh's subsequent success was the project 40 Days and 40 Nights, where he was the only lead star. 17 million teen comedy was able to collect $95 million in cinemas. However, following it, the actor waited for a huge failure for the role in which he received the biggest fee in his career. Hollywood Homicide, along with Harrison Ford, received negative reviews from audiences and critics alike. The studio announced a sequel even before the first part was released. Obviously, after the failure, it was cancelled. After the release, what's worse for Josh? Information began to emerge about his behavior on the set and his constant conflicts with Harrison Ford. In later interviews with Hartnett, he would say that he and Ford could sit in the car and be silent for an hour. Harrison would later say that Hollywood Homicide was the worst movie of his career, and that he only did it because of the big payoff. Perhaps because of the failure of Hollywood Homicide, actor refused Christopher Nolan to star in The Dark Knight. Josh, like many others, thought that the new trilogy about Batman would fail at the box office. And after the second big flop in a row, the actor's career could be over. Hartnett now says it was the hardest decision of his career. And Nolan offered the role to Christian Bale, for whom the role gave the most significant boost to his career and made him a superstar. After Hollywood Homicide, Hartnett went on a losing streak. There were only 2 successful films, Sin City and Lucky Number Slevin. A small part in Sin City was given to him by his old acquaintance Robert Rodriguez, who saw the actor's lingering black streak. Lucky Number Slevin was not a big hit in theaters, and the film failed to earn anything at the box office. But after its release on DVD, The picture was a great success and the audience enthusiastically greeted the film. Now it is in all sorts of ratings of the best movies. And then there was the Black Dahlia, which was to repeat the success of La Confidentielle Ordingie to its creators. In 1997, La Confidentielle did well at the box office and received 9 nominations for an Academy Award. Everyone believed in the success of the Black Dahlia and David Fincher wanted to direct it. But the director's vision did not coincide with the opinion of the producers. Fincher wanted the film to be entirely in black and white, to which the producers flatly refused, and Brian De Palma was asked to take his place. Following that, the actresses started to refuse to accept a part in the film, and the movie lost Eva Green. In her place was invited Hilary Swank, but she was not suitable for the role. The production stage was complicated and lengthy. The picture was sent off for additional shooting several times. Actors are often scandalized on the set. Funding for the film at some point has been reduced. Naturally, all this could not but affect the final result. The film opened at the Cannes Film Festival, and the audience was not impressed. The American distributor immediately abandoned the picture, and the tape was eventually acquired by Universal Studio. The studio paid $20 million for distribution in the United States, but the studio could not return the money. In USA movie theaters, the film collected only $22 million, and the movie that everyone believed in and thought of as an Oscar contender ended up being quickly forgotten by everyone. Hartnett's hardest blow to his career after the Black Dahlia in good projects, actors stopped being called. The exception was the horror movie 30 Days of Night, from which all were waiting for great success. But he was at the box office mediocre. Josh then tried to revive his career by going to star in European and Asian independent films, appearing in I Come with the Rain and Bunrock. But even these films failed despite their small budgets. In America, Josh starred in films that went straight to video. Despite all the failures in Second Life the actor gave, the director Guy Ritchie called him to star in Wrath of Man. The film was well received by audiences and critics, and thanks to Statham, many remembered Hartnett. The director really enjoyed working with the actors and called them up for his other project, Operation Fortune, where Josh will have one of the main roles. The actor is also set to appear in Christopher Nolan's big new project, Oppenheimer. Perhaps the director will still want to star Josh in one of his next films. And it seems that Hartnett, who is only 43 years old, has all the chances to revive his career and start making big movies regularly as he did 20 years ago. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.